Have you ever sensed invisible forces subtly influencing your destiny and guiding your steps? Today, we pull back the veil to uncover 9 deceptive habits that, unless identified, can derail our journey towards a transformative and enlightened existence. These silent saboteurs of success, happiness, and fulfillment often escape our notice, yet they constantly sculpt the landscape of our personal and professional lives. Drawn from wisdom across cultures and eras, these habits are the icebergs waiting to sink the Titanic of our dreams. But why is it critical to identify and steer clear of these habits? Simply put, they limit our adaptability and growth, dimming the brilliance of our potential in a world where change is the only constant. Let's embark on a journey of discovery and transformation, starting with the first habit that may be holding us back. Habit 1. Dwelling in the past, the labyrinth of lost time. The first fatal habit we encounter on our journey to self-transformation is the tendency to dwell in the past. Imagine yourself as Theseus, the legendary hero of Greek mythology, navigating the intricate labyrinth. But instead of focusing on the path ahead, you find yourself constantly looking back, retracing your steps, lost in the echoes of what once was. This constant retrospection is akin to wandering in a maze with no end, where the exit slips further away with each backward glance. The story of Theseus is not just a mythological tale but a powerful metaphor for our own lives. When we fixate on our past, whether it's past successes or failures, we bind ourselves to a cycle of repetition, unable to break free and move forward. It's a habit that subtly saps our vitality, leaving us wandering in the labyrinth of lost time. Philosopher Henri Bergson, alongside Søren Kierkegaard, delved deeply into the human tendency to live in past moments. Bergson's concept of élan vital is particularly enlightening in this context. He proposed that life is defined by its forward momentum, its constant flow and change. When we dwell in the past, we resist this natural flow, effectively stifling the life force within us. Kierkegaard, too, cautioned against the stagnation that comes from living in the shadows of our history, urging us to live authentically in the present. This habit of dwelling in the past also finds resonance in the biblical story of Lot's wife. As she fled the destruction of Sodom, she looked back and was turned into a pillar of salt. This poignant tale serves as a stark reminder of the perils of being overly attached to what we leave behind, illustrating how such attachment can immobilize and trap us in a moment that no longer exists. In everyday life, this habit manifests in various forms. It could be the professional who constantly relives their early career successes, unable to adapt to new challenges. Or it could be someone who remains trapped in the nostalgia of a past relationship, hindering their ability to form new connections. The past, while valuable for its lessons and memories, can become a prison if we allow it to dominate our present. So, how does one break free from this labyrinth? The key lies in conscious awareness and deliberate action. It starts with recognizing when our thoughts drift backward and gently steering them to the present. Practices like mindfulness and meditation can be instrumental in this process, helping us anchor ourselves in the now. It's about learning to appreciate and find joy in the current moment, understanding that life is an ever-unfolding journey, and each moment is a step on that journey. Another effective strategy is to set new goals and challenges for ourselves. These goals act as beacons, guiding us forward and providing a focus that is rooted in the present and future, rather than the past. They remind us that while our past has shaped us, it does not define us. Our potential is not a memory but a possibility waiting to be realized. In essence, avoiding the habit of dwelling in the past is about embracing the flow of life, recognizing that each new day is an opportunity to write a fresh chapter in our story. It's a commitment to living fully and authentically in the present, where the real magic of life unfolds. Habit 2. Clinging to pain identity, the Sisyphean burden. The second fatal habit on our transformative journey is the clinging to a pain identity. This habit can be likened to the myth of Sisyphus, condemned to eternally roll a boulder uphill, only to watch it roll back down. In our lives, this manifests as a perpetual struggle with past pains and traumas, a relentless cycle that drains our energy and hinders our progress. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus offered profound insights into this condition. He taught that it is not the events of our lives that define us, but rather our reactions to them. When we identify ourselves with our past pains, we give these events power over us, allowing them to shape our present and future. This concept is echoed in Rumi's poetry, where he views suffering not as a defining characteristic, but as a potential path to spiritual awakening. However, this awakening can only occur if we release our grip on pain and as our identity. This habit is also reflected in the biblical story of Job, a man who faced immense suffering yet refused to let it define his existence. Despite his trials, Job maintained his integrity and faith, ultimately finding redemption and restoration. His story teaches us about the resilience of the human spirit, and the importance of not allowing our trials to become our identity. In everyday life, this habit can be seen in individuals who define themselves by their hardships. For example, someone who has experienced a failed business venture might continually identify as a failure, ignoring their potential for future success. This self-identification with failure can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, preventing them from taking risks and seizing new opportunities. To break free from this Sisyphean burden, one effective approach is through cognitive behavioral therapy, also known as CBT, as detailed in Dr. David D. Burns' influential book Feeling Good, The New Mood Therapy. This book provides practical techniques to change negative thought patterns and offers insights into how we can reshape our self-perception. Another way to overcome this habit is by actively cultivating a narrative of resilience and growth. This involves acknowledging our past pains and learning from them, but not allowing them to be the central theme of our life story. Practices such as journaling, mindfulness, and positive affirmations can aid in this process, helping us to reframe our experiences and see ourselves as survivors rather than victims. Additionally, engaging in new experiences and challenges can help shift our focus from past pains to future possibilities. By setting and achieving new goals, we create fresh narratives for ourselves, ones that are defined by our strengths and aspirations rather than our past sufferings. In essence, letting go of a pain identity is about embracing the complexity of our experiences, recognizing that while our past has shaped us, it does not have to confine us. It's a journey towards self-redefinition, where we learn to see ourselves not as products of our past pains, but as architects of our future joy and success. Habit 3. Neglecting gratitude, the Midas touch gone wrong. The third fatal habit we must confront is the neglect of gratitude. This habit can be likened to the ancient tale of King Midas, a man blessed with the ability to turn everything he touched into gold. Initially, this seemed like an incredible gift, but it soon became a curse when he realized he could no longer experience the simple joys of life, the touch of his daughter, the taste of food, the beauty of a rose. Midas's story is a poignant reminder of the folly of overlooking life's intangible gifts in pursuit of material wealth. Philosophers throughout history have pondered the importance of gratitude. David Hume, the Scottish Enlightenment philosopher, argued that gratitude is a crucial social virtue, fostering community and goodwill. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, also emphasized the value of appreciating the simple pleasures of life, teaching that true happiness comes from a state of contentment, not from external possessions. The Bible offers wisdom on gratitude in the story of the 10 lepers in the Gospel of Luke. After Jesus heals them, only one returns to express gratitude. This story highlights the transformative power of gratitude and the importance of recognizing and appreciating the blessings in our lives. In modern culture, The classic film It's a Wonderful Life beautifully illustrates the power of gratitude. The protagonist, George Bailey, discovers how rich his life is through the simple act of recognizing the love and connections he has, despite his financial troubles. This film serves as a timeless reminder of the value of appreciating what we have. In everyday life, neglecting gratitude can manifest in various ways. It might be the individual who constantly seeks more, a better job, a bigger house, a fancier car, without ever stopping to appreciate what they already have. This relentless pursuit can lead to a sense of perpetual dissatisfaction, where one's achievements and blessings are perpetually overshadowed by a focus on what's missing. To cultivate a habit of gratitude, one practical approach is to maintain a gratitude journal. This simple practice involves writing down things you are thankful for each day, which can range from major life events to small everyday pleasures. This active reflection can shift our focus from what we lack to what we possess, fostering a sense of contentment and well-being. Another effective method is to practice mindfulness and meditation, focusing on the present moment, and appreciating it for what it is. This can help us develop a deeper appreciation for the simple things in life, like the beauty of nature or the warmth of the sun. Additionally, expressing gratitude to others can strengthen our relationships and increase our own sense of happiness. This could be as simple as saying thank you more often, writing appreciation notes, or acknowledging others' contributions to our lives. In essence, overcoming the habit of neglecting gratitude is about changing our perspective. It's about recognizing the abundance in our lives and understanding that true wealth is not measured in material possessions but in the richness of our experiences and relationships. By weaving gratitude into the fabric of our daily lives, we not only enrich our own existence but also bring more joy and fulfillment into the lives of those around us. Habit 4. Overindulging in material desires, the Icarian fall. The fourth fatal habit on our path to a more enlightened existence is the overindulgence in material desires. This habit is akin to the ancient Greek myth of Icarus, who, in his ambition, flew too close to the sun with wings of wax, leading to his tragic fall. This story serves as a timeless metaphor for the dangers of excess and the pursuit of materialistic desires beyond reasonable bounds. Saint Augustine, a pivotal figure in the early Christian Church, deeply explored the nature of human desires and materialism. In his confessional writings, he reflects on his own journey from a life of material pursuit to one of spiritual fulfillment, emphasizing the transient nature of worldly pleasures. He teaches that true joy and contentment come from within, not from the accumulation of material wealth. Aristotle's concept of the golden mean also offers profound insights into this habit. He argued that virtue lies in finding the balance between two extremes. His philosophy suggests that the key to a fulfilling life is moderation, not excess. This idea is echoed in the Buddhist middle way, which advocates for a path of balance, avoiding the extremes of self-indulgence and self-denial. The Bible offers wisdom on this topic in the parable of the rich fool. This story, found in the Gospel of Luke, tells of a wealthy man who stores up treasures for himself but is not rich toward God. The parable warns of the folly of placing material wealth above spiritual and moral richness. In contemporary life, this habit manifests in various forms. It can be seen in the relentless pursuit of the latest technology, the biggest house, or the most luxurious car, often at the expense of personal relationships, health, and spiritual well-being. This relentless pursuit can lead to a never-ending cycle of desire and dissatisfaction, as each new acquisition only leads to the desire for more. To counter this habit, one can turn to the teachings in Eckhart Tolle's wonderful book The Power of Now. This book emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment, and finding fulfillment in the here and now, rather than in external possessions or achievements. One practical way to overcome this habit is by practicing mindfulness and gratitude, focusing on what we have rather than what we lack. This can shift our perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance, reducing the constant craving for more. Another approach is to set clear boundaries for our material desires. This involves distinguishing between needs and wants, and making conscious, deliberate choices about our consumption. It's about finding joy and satisfaction in simplicity and recognizing that the best things in life are not things. Volunteering and engaging in charitable activities can also provide a new perspective on material wealth. By helping those in need, we can gain a deeper appreciation for what we have, and understand the true value of giving and sharing over receiving and accumulating. In essence, avoiding the habit of overindulging in material desires is about redefining what it means to be rich. It's about understanding that true wealth lies not in what we own, but in who we are, the relationships we build, and the experiences we share. It's a journey from the external pursuit of material wealth, to the internal cultivation of spiritual and emotional abundance. Habit 5. Shunning responsibility, the echoes of Narcissus. The fifth fatal habit, shunning responsibility for our actions, is akin to the ancient Greek tale of Narcissus, who became so enamored with his own reflection that he lost touch with reality. This story serves as a powerful metaphor for the dangers of self-absorption and the refusal to acknowledge our role in the unfolding narrative of our lives. Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophy of self-overcoming challenges us to confront and transcend our limitations, urging us to take responsibility for our life's direction. He believed that true growth and self-actualization come from facing our struggles head-on, rather than deflecting blame onto external circumstances or others. Similarly, Joseph Campbell's concept of the hero's journey depicts life as a series of challenges and transformations, where the hero must take responsibility for their journey, embracing both its trials and triumphs. The Buddha also spoke profoundly on the topic of responsibility. He taught that we are the architects of our own happiness and suffering, emphasizing the power of personal action and intention in shaping our lives. His teachings encourage us to look inward for the causes of our experiences, rather than outward. In the Bible, the parable of the prodigal son offers a poignant lesson in taking responsibility. The younger son, after squandering his inheritance, realizes his mistakes and decides to return to his father, taking responsibility for his actions. This story highlights the transformative power of acknowledging our faults and making amends. Modern research in psychology reinforces the importance of this habit. Studies in the field of positive psychology, for instance, have shown that individuals who take responsibility for their actions are more likely to experience a sense of control over their lives, leading to higher levels of happiness and fulfillment. In the realm of cinema, the classic film A Christmas Carol, based on Charles Dickens' novel, illustrates the transformation that occurs when the protagonist, Ebenezer Scrooge, confronts the consequences of his actions and takes responsibility for his life. This story beautifully demonstrates how acknowledging and learning from our past can lead to a more meaningful and connected existence. In everyday life, shunning responsibility might manifest as blaming others for our failures, or attributing our lack of success to external factors. It's the employee who blames colleagues for missed deadlines, or the friend who always finds fault in others for their personal unhappiness. To overcome this habit, one can start by practicing self-reflection and accountability. This involves regularly assessing our actions and decisions, acknowledging our mistakes, and learning from them. Keeping a journal can be a helpful tool in this process, providing a space for honest self-evaluation. Another approach is to practice mindfulness, which helps us become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and their impact on our lives and those around us. Mindfulness encourages us to live in the present moment, and take conscious, responsible actions. Engaging in open and honest communication is also a key. This means having the courage to express our needs, desires, and concerns, while also being willing to listen to and consider the perspectives of others. It's about creating a dialogue, rather than a monologue, in our interactions. In essence, avoiding the habit of shunning responsibility is about embracing our role as active participants in our life's story. It's about moving away from the narcissistic echo chamber of self-absorption, and stepping into a more connected and authentic existence. By taking responsibility for our actions and their consequences, we open the door to genuine growth, deeper relationships, and a more fulfilling life. Habit 6. Ignoring intuition, the Delphic warning ignored. The sixth fatal habit in our journey to transform reality is the neglect of our intuition, a mistake as old as the Oracle of Delphi. In ancient Greece, the oracle was revered for her profound wisdom, offering guidance to those who sought truth. Ignoring her counsel was seen as folly, a rejection of a deeper understanding that transcends rational thought. This mirrors our own tendency to dismiss our inner voice, the subtle yet powerful guide within us. Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, delved deeply into the concept of intuition. He believed that our subconscious mind holds insights and wisdom beyond the grasp of our conscious reasoning. Similarly, Blaise Pascal, the French mathematician, physicist, and philosopher, spoke of the heart's reason, which he believed reasons in ways the mind cannot comprehend. These thinkers highlight the importance of listening to our inner voice, a source of guidance that can lead us to truths we might otherwise overlook. The Bible offers a parallel in the story of Elijah and the still small voice. In 1 Kings 19, Elijah finds God not in the wind, earthquake, or fire, but in a gentle whisper. This story teaches us the value of quiet introspection and the power of the subtle inner voice that speaks in the silence beyond the chaos of our daily lives. Modern research in psychology and neuroscience supports the significance of intuition. Studies have shown that intuitive decision-making can be faster and just as accurate, if not more so, than decisions made through detailed analysis. This suggests that our intuition is a critical component of our cognitive toolkit, one that we neglect at our peril. In cinema, the classic film, The Matrix offers a compelling exploration of intuition. The protagonist, Neo, learns to trust his instincts in a world where reality is not what it seems. This film illustrates the power of intuition in guiding us through situations where logical analysis falls short. A classic book that delves into the power of intuition is Malcolm Gladwell's Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking. In this thought-provoking book, Gladwell takes readers on a fascinating journey through the intricacies of human intuition and the art of rapid decision-making. Gladwell introduces the concept of thin slicing, which refers to our ability to make accurate judgments in a fraction of a second, often without conscious reasoning. He illustrates this idea with numerous real-life examples, from the world of art to emergency room diagnoses, showcasing the astonishing accuracy of intuitive thinking. One of the intriguing insights from Blink is the idea that our subconscious mind processes an incredible amount of information in the blink of an eye. It draws upon our life experiences, knowledge, and cultural conditioning to generate rapid judgments. However, this process is not infallible, and it can be influenced by biases and prejudices we may not even be aware of. Gladwell also highlights the significance of listening to our gut, in situations where overthinking can lead to suboptimal outcomes. He argues that sometimes, our initial intuitive response is more reliable than a lengthy analysis, as our conscious mind may become clouded by irrelevant details. Furthermore, Blink offers a cautionary tale about the dangers of snap judgments based on stereotypes or limited information. It underscores the importance of honing our intuition through self-awareness and practice, ensuring that it aligns with our values and principles. As you explore the book, you'll find that Gladwell's work provides valuable insights into how intuition can be both a powerful ally and a potential pitfall in decision-making. It encourages us to cultivate our intuitive abilities while remaining vigilant against the traps of bias and snap judgments. So, For those intrigued by the fascinating realm of intuition, and its role in shaping our choices and perceptions, Blink offers a captivating journey. It serves as a reminder that the power of thinking without thinking can be harnessed to our advantage, but only with a mindful understanding of its intricacies and limitations. Now let's turn our focus towards everyday life situations. In everyday life, ignoring intuition can manifest in various ways. It might be the entrepreneur who overlooks a gut feeling about a venture, only to see it fail, or the individual who stays in a harmful relationship, despite internal warnings. Our intuition often knows more than we consciously acknowledge, and learning to listen to it can guide us to make better choices. To cultivate and trust our intuition, one effective practice is mindfulness meditation. This helps quiet the mind, allowing us to hear our inner voice more clearly. It's about creating a space where intuition can speak without the noise of our constant thoughts and judgments. Another approach is to reflect on past experiences where our intuition was right. By recognizing these instances, we can build trust in our intuitive insights. Keeping a journal where we note these moments and the outcomes can also be a helpful tool in this process. Additionally, engaging in activities that foster intuition, such as creative pursuits or spending time in nature, can help strengthen this inner sense. These activities encourage a state of flow, where our intuitive understanding can come to the forefront. In essence, overcoming the habit of ignoring intuition is about reconnecting with a fundamental part of our being. It's about acknowledging that there is wisdom within us that goes beyond logic and reason, a wisdom that can guide us to make choices that are in alignment with our deepest truths and values. By tuning into and trusting this inner wisdom, we open ourselves to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Habit 7. Resisting change, the perilous waters of stagnation. The seventh fatal habit in our transformative journey is resisting change, a habit as perilous as navigating stagnant waters. This resistance is akin to the ancient tale of the ship's captain who, fearing the unknown, never leaves the harbor, only to watch his vessel decay in the safety of still waters. This story serves as a metaphor for the stagnation that occurs when we refuse to embrace life's inevitable changes. The wisdom of Heraclitus, an ancient Greek philosopher, deeply resonates with this concept. He famously stated, "No man ever steps in the same river twice," highlighting the constant state of flux in the universe. Similarly, Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, emphasized the importance of flowing with the natural course of life, teaching that flexibility and adaptability are key to harmony and balance. The Bible offers insights into the nature of change in the parable of the wineskins. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus speaks of the folly of putting new wine into old wineskins, as the old skins will burst. This parable teaches us that new situations and phases of life require new approaches and mindsets. Clinging to the old ways can lead to ruin. Modern psychological research supports the importance of embracing change. Studies in the field of neuroplasticity show that our brains are capable of adapting and evolving throughout our lives, suggesting that change is not only natural, but also beneficial for our cognitive and emotional well-being. In cinema, the classic film Forrest Gump beautifully illustrates the power of embracing change. Forrest, the protagonist, shows us that by flowing with the events of life, rather than resisting them, one can experience a rich tapestry of experiences and opportunities. A classic book that delves into the nature of change is Who Moved My Cheese? By Dr. Spencer Johnson. This simple yet profound parable offers valuable lessons on adapting to change and the dangers of clinging to comfort zones. In this book, the author presents a compelling narrative featuring 4 characters who represent different approaches to change and the challenges it presents. The story revolves around 2 mice, Sniff and Scurry, and 2 little people, Hem and Haw, all of whom inhabit a maze in search of cheese, which symbolizes their desires and goals in life. When they discover a cheese station with an abundant supply, they are overjoyed. However, one day, they find that the cheese has been moved. Sniff and Scurry, representing adaptability and resilience, immediately set out to find new cheese. They embrace change as a natural part of their journey and are unafraid of the unknown. On the other hand, Hem and Haw, representing resistance to change and fear of the unfamiliar, struggle to accept that the cheese has moved. They remain in their comfort zone, hoping the cheese will return. As the story unfolds, it becomes evident that change is inevitable, and those who resist it face stagnation and missed opportunities. Who Moved My Cheese? Encourages readers to reflect on their own attitudes towards change and challenges them to be more like Sniff and Scurry, willing to adapt and explore new possibilities. The book emphasizes that change can lead to new sources of fulfillment and success, if we approach it with an open mind and a willingness to let go of our old ways. It urges us to confront our fears, embrace uncertainty, and navigate the maze of life with courage and resilience. In today's rapidly evolving world, the lessons from Who Moved My Cheese are more relevant than ever. Change is a constant in our personal and professional lives, and our ability to adapt and thrive in the face of change is a valuable skill. This book encourages us to be proactive in seeking new opportunities, rather than clinging to the past, and to view change as a doorway to growth and fulfillment. So, as we reflect on the lessons of this timeless parable, let us ask ourselves, are we more like Sniff and Scurry, ready to adapt and seize new opportunities, or are we like Hem and Haw, clinging to the familiar and resisting change? The choice is ours, and Who Moved My Cheese reminds us that our response to change can shape the course of our lives. In everyday life, resisting change can manifest in various ways. It might be the employee who refuses to learn new technologies, thereby limiting their career growth, or the individual who clings to outdated beliefs and practices, hindering personal development. To overcome this habit, one effective practice is to regularly step out of one's comfort zone. This could involve trying new activities, learning new skills, or simply changing daily routines. These actions challenge us to adapt and grow, fostering a mindset that is open to change. Another approach is to practice mindfulness, which helps us become more aware of the present moment, and more accepting of the nature of impermanence. Mindfulness encourages us to appreciate the here and now, while also being open to the flow of life. Engaging in reflective practices such as journaling can also be beneficial. By reflecting on past changes and how we adapted to them, we can gain confidence in our ability to handle future changes. In essence, overcoming the habit of resisting change is about recognizing that change is the only constant in life. It's about understanding that by embracing change, we open ourselves to new possibilities, growth, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By flowing with the currents of change, rather than fighting against them, we can navigate the waters of life with greater ease and purpose. Habit 8. Abandoning the pursuit of knowledge, the Socratic error. The eighth fatal habit that can significantly impede our journey to shift reality is the abandonment of the pursuit of knowledge. This habit is akin to a traveler who stops seeking new horizons, content to remain within the confines of their known world. Without the continuous pursuit of knowledge, we risk stagnation, closing ourselves off to the vastness of wisdom that lies beyond our current understanding. Socrates, the revered ancient Greek philosopher, laid the foundation for this pursuit with his famous declaration, "I know that I know nothing." This profound admission was not a display of ignorance, but rather a recognition of the limitless scope of knowledge and the importance of lifelong learning. In a similar vein, the esteemed Persian polymath, Ibn Sina, also known as Avicenna, emphasized the value of continual learning, viewing it as an essential and unending journey. A Zen tale that beautifully encapsulates this theme is the story of the empty cup. A university professor visited a Zen master to inquire about Zen. The master served tea, filling the professor's cup to the brim, and then kept pouring. The professor watched the overflowing cup until he could no longer restrain himself. "It's overfull. No more will go in," he exclaimed. The Zen master replied, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This story illustrates the necessity of maintaining an open, receptive mind, the very essence of the pursuit of knowledge. The Bible also offers insights into the importance of seeking knowledge in the story of Solomon. Renowned for his wisdom, Solomon's greatest gift was his understanding and discerning heart, granted by God. His story teaches us the value of wisdom and knowledge and their precedence over material wealth or personal gain. Contemporary research in psychology underscores the benefits of lifelong learning. Studies from Harvard University and the University of Arizona have shown that continuous intellectual engagement can improve brain health and cognitive function, enhancing our ability to adapt and thrive in an ever-changing world. In cinema, the film Good Will Hunting poignantly portrays the transformative power of knowledge. Will Hunting, a self-taught genius, learns to harness his intellectual gifts, using them to navigate his troubled past and embrace a future full of potential. A classic book that explores the journey of knowledge is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, by Robert Pirsig. This narrative delves into the relationship between life, art, and scientific inquiry, illustrating that the pursuit of knowledge is a deeply personal and transformative journey. In everyday life, the abandonment of the pursuit of knowledge can manifest in various ways. It might be seen in the individual who, having reached a certain level of expertise or comfort, ceases to explore new ideas or challenge their own beliefs. This complacency can lead to a narrow worldview and hinder personal and professional growth. To counter this habit, one effective approach is to cultivate a mindset of curiosity and openness. This involves actively seeking new experiences, asking questions, and being open to new ideas and perspectives. Embracing the concept of a beginner's mind in Zen Buddhism, where one approaches life with the openness and eagerness of a beginner, can be particularly enlightening. Another strategy is to engage in diverse educational activities. This could include reading broadly, attending workshops or lectures, or engaging in discussions with individuals from different backgrounds and disciplines. Such activities not only broaden our knowledge but also enhance our ability to think critically and creatively. In essence, overcoming the habit of abandoning the pursuit of knowledge involves recognizing that learning is a lifelong journey. It's about understanding that there is always more to discover and that each new piece of knowledge we acquire enriches our understanding of the world and ourselves. By remaining committed to this endless journey of learning, we ensure our continual growth and adaptation in an ever-evolving world. Habit 9. Lacking compassion, the isolated heart. The ninth and final fatal habit that can severely hinder our journey to transform reality is the lack of compassion. This habit leads us down a path of isolation and disconnection, not just from others but from the very essence of our humanity. Compassion, or the empathetic understanding of another's pain and the desire to alleviate it, is a fundamental human virtue that binds us together in a shared experience of life. The transformation of Siddhartha into the Buddha is a profound example of this. His journey from a life of luxury to one of enlightenment was marked by deep compassion for the suffering of others. The Buddha once said, "Compassion is that which makes the heart of the good move at the pain of others. It crushes and destroys the pain of others, thus, it is called compassion." This shift in perspective led him to profound insights about the nature of life and suffering. Similarly, Albert Schweitzer, the renowned philosopher and humanitarian, emphasized the importance of compassion, seeing it as the basis of morality. In the realm of philosophy, the Stoics, such as Seneca, spoke of compassion as a duty to our fellow human beings. Seneca once remarked, "Wherever there is a human being, we have an opportunity for kindness." From the perspective of Sufism, the mystical branch of Islam, compassion is seen as a reflection of the divine. The poet Rumi wrote extensively about love and compassion, stating, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." His words remind us that our capacity for compassion often comes from our own experiences of pain and suffering. The Bible also offers wisdom on compassion in the parable of the Good Samaritan, found in the Gospel of Luke. This story teaches us that compassion should extend beyond the boundaries of our community or social group, challenging us to show kindness to all, even strangers or those we might consider enemies. Modern psychological research supports the importance of compassion, not just for others but also for ourselves. Studies from Yale University have shown that practicing compassion can lead to increased happiness, reduced stress, and improved relationships. In cinema, the film, Pay It Forward captures the essence of compassion through its portrayal of a young boy's idea to change the world, with simple acts of kindness. This movie illustrates how compassion can create a ripple effect, influencing life in ways we might never see. A classic book that explores the theme of compassion is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Through the character of Atticus Finch, the novel teaches us about the power of empathy and understanding, especially in the face of injustice and prejudice. In everyday life, the lack of compassion can manifest in various ways. It might be seen in the indifference towards the struggles of others, the inability to understand different perspectives, or the failure to offer help when it's within our capacity to do so. To cultivate compassion, one effective practice is to engage in active listening. This involves truly hearing what others are saying without judgment or the intention to respond, but simply to understand. Another approach is to practice loving-kindness meditation, a technique that involves sending wishes of love and happiness to others, including ourselves. Volunteering and helping those in need can also foster compassion. By putting ourselves in situations where we can see and alleviate the suffering of others, we develop a deeper understanding and empathy for their experiences. In essence, overcoming the habit of lacking compassion is about reconnecting with our innate human capacity for empathy and kindness. It's about understanding that every act of compassion, no matter how small, strengthens the bonds that connect us all. By opening our hearts to others, we not only enrich their lives but also our own, creating a more connected and humane world. In conclusion, as we embark on this philosophical journey to explore and understand these 9 fatal habits, we find ourselves at a crossroads of self-awareness and transformation. These 9 habits, if left unchecked, can obscure our path to growth, fulfillment, and enlightenment. The great Greek philosopher Socrates once wisely remarked, "An unexamined life is not worth living." This timeless insight reminds us that self-awareness and the examination of our habits are fundamental to our existence. When we recognize and acknowledge these habits, we take the first step toward positive change. In the words of modern philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, we are our choices. Our journey towards transformation hinges on the choices we make. Each decision to avoid these detrimental habits reshapes our reality and propels us towards a life of greater meaning. As you reflect on these habits and their potential impact on your own life, remember the words of Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and existential psychologist. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. It is in this space of conscious choice that we find the key to transformation. If you're interested in exploring the profound insights of Viktor Frankl's insightful ideas, we invite you to watch a wonderful and insightful video that encapsulates the essence of his book, Man's Search for Meaning. Click the link in the description or on the end screen, to embark on a journey of resilience and self-discovery, inspired by Frankl's remarkable wisdom. Now we turn to you, our dear viewers, our enlightened community at Manifest Mystique. What paths will you choose on your journey? How will steering clear of these habits reshape your reality? The power of transformation lies in our choices, in the habits we consciously decide to leave behind. By recognizing, acknowledging, and avoiding these 9 fatal habits, we not only free ourselves from their chains, but also unlock the door to a life of growth, fulfillment, and enlightenment. The journey may be challenging, but it is a journey worth embarking upon, for it leads to a brighter, more conscious, and profoundly meaningful existence. Thank you and God bless you.